Hello, and welcome back to Monifactory. Last time we made this multi-block, the alloy blast smelter, and I guess the vacuum freezer here too, to make all of these multi-blocks. And since then, they've been doing me quite well. I've been making many things very quickly. In between episodes, I've moved the large miner a couple times. It's currently in the nether digging something of importance, I forget exactly what. And I've slowly been expanding the, I don't know what you would call this, the black. I imagine quite soon I'll have to build an IV building. Probably this episode if I had to take a guess, or maybe next one. I'll see how far I can push it off. I imagine it'll probably go somewhere over here, just because I've got a nice space for it over here. It could go here, but I think I would want more space because we ran out of space really fast in EV, and I mean, we certainly need more space than that. But I don't know. We'll find out. As for this episode, we have a pretty short docket, unless it, goes too fast and then I need to make more. First up, I would like to make quantum circuits. The IV circuits we're making are a little expensive, and I would like them to no longer be such. I imagine we'll be needing several in the coming future, and I would like to get that out of the way early. After that is the microminer, specifically the tier 4 one. With this, we can do a few cool things. We can get Neptunium as the main progression point here. But also, if we're lazy and can't bother to move the miner, we could do a couple other things like chalcocite. I don't think we really need that, but there's, just like platinum stuff here. Also, we could, make the previous tiers of miners, and those probably give us something worth thinking about. And after that, I would like to get some IV energy hatches. These are pretty self-explanatory, and they're required for progression, because we need them for the osmiridium here. Or rather, osmium and iridium, which makes osmiridium. The main reason I want that is, one, for progression, but two, because the large mixing vessel, aka the multi-block mixer, for some reason requires LUV alloys. I really don't know why. Oh, and I guess polybenzimidazole, which is, okay, I'm just not even going to worry about that anymore. We'll get to that at some point. No multi-block mixers for me, I guess. That's too much fun. Anyway, quantum circuits are a bit of an involved process. We need a lot of new things. To start off, we need indium. To make qubit CPU wafers, we use our nano CPU wafers that we use for our nano processors, which we still have like a stack of these, and some indium gallium phosphide, that's where the indium goes, and the gallium and phosphide we have many of those, as well as a little bit of radon, which we have a lot of. We'll get us the qubit CPU wafers, which we can use for the qubit CPU chips, which go into the processors. Additionally, we need germanium. We get this from coal fly ash processing, which I'll get into more later. This is used in the advanced soldering alloy, which is a very cheap solderer for, all kinds of circuits, but in this case, quantum ones, as well as fiber reinforced printed circuit boards. We get these from combining epoxy with either borosilicate glass or carbon fibers. I'm potentially thinking about the carbon fibers because these are really cheap to come by now that we have epoxy. We get 4 per 9 millibuckets, and we make kind of a lot of epoxy. The borosilicate glass route isn't that hard, it's just glass and boron, but I'm not sure if we have boron, so I might be able to just, get away with skipping this for the time being. We'll need it eventually for optical fiber cables, but, that's not now. Anyway, let's get started with the, circuits. So indium we get from a small processing chain from sphalerite. We purify the crushed sphalerite that we get from our miner, and combine it with purified galena, as well as a little bit of sulfuric acid, and we get the indium concentrate. I don't know where the indium comes from, but it's there. We can then electrolyze this down with some aluminium to get a little bit of indium, some aluminium sulfite, and some lead zinc solution. And these things we can all just process down into their bits. A centrifuge for this, and an electrolyzer for that. So, let's go place some blocks. Oh, it would appear that this is full. I could probably stick some more stack upgrades in here, but I have a better idea. I'm just gonna take out some of my winnings. Give me some of this, what do I need? Galena and sphalerite. Do I have any sphalerite? Where's the sphalerite in here? There's the sphalerite. Give me some of that. Oh, I was actually here for sphalerite. Well, that makes sense. Good job, me. Anyway, check it out. It's a line of machines that makes it bang. Is that interesting still? Alright, so if we run this on extract, does it do the things I want? Oh, I forgot to, add the interface that adds all the... Okay, hold on, give me a second. Okay, well evidently this robot arm does not work as I had wanted it to. It is not keeping exact, at all. Well that sucks, because I don't know where I'm going to put all this now. Okay, yeah, that works, but it doesn't work through the pipe. which is upsetting. Well, on the bright side, it is, you know, working. We'll just use LaserIO instead of Gregtech robot arms. I might be able to do something with the pipes, but the nodes are easier. Yep, there we go. Now it's making us a whole bunch of indium concentrate, which is going into here. I just need to set a couple extract things here, which I appear to be out of item cards, so that's unfortunate. There we go. All right, and we're making indium. That one will go into this drawer. We'll take the aluminium and the sulfur into these two drawers. Is this a loop? I don't think it is, right? No, certainly not. That's fine. We get so much aluminium from clay that I'm not really bothered about that. Frankly, we could probably start like voiding all of this and I wouldn't really care that much. Speaking of voiding, can I like void excess fluid? Is that like that's probably like a thing, right? Yeah, fluid voiding cover. Anyway, we can also take the lead, silver, zinc, and I guess we should void the water and the silver. Well, not the voiding the silver, but you know, we're putting it in here. We're taking all these things and putting them in here. We'll link it all to this drawer right here, or that drawer controller rather. And we'll have anything that can be inserted into this drawer. And perfect. Now it's just, you know, sorting itself out. Good. Now we have indium. All right, next up, coal fly ash. So we're going to use a chemical reactor to combine some oxygen and coal for the coal fly ash, and we'll just void the carbon monoxide. We can then centrifuge all the fly ash into one of 3 byproducts. Well, up to 3 byproducts, rather. We can then take the fly ash iron mineral mixture dust and combine it with some distilled water in a chemical bath to get a little bit of zinc and some iron mineral solution. And then we just electrolyze the iron mineral solution for a whole bunch of goodies. Gallium is particularly nice here, as well as germanium, of course. And a couple bits of like iron and zinc is nice to have, I guess. Alright, let's see if this works. So I should be able to just hook these 2 laser nodes up here and extract all that. And extract all of that. Alright, that's going, and it's avoiding the monoxide. That's good. It's only a chance to give us coal fly ash, which is a little upsetting. So this will burn through our backlog of coal, but we should have a good amount of coal, I hope. The other way we would get this is from pyrolyze ovening stuff, but the things we would pyrolyze oven for, we don't really care about. Like, I don't really need coal tar or phenol. Also, we can get coal tar from coal gas, which we get from distilling nether air, so I really see no need to do all that. So we're burning coal with a chance that it might give us what we want. That's what I love to hear, right? Chance. Well, speaking of chance, it's already started. Let's see if anything breaks. Alright, well we got some of the fly ash polymineral mixture, and we got a little bit of the fly ash iron mineral mixture. Distilled water is not going in there. Why? I needed to set it to round robin. My mistake. Alright, so that should be giving us iron mineral solution. And this should pipe us straight down into this chemical reactor here. Or electrolyzer, excuse me. Oh, it's 3 buckets? Oh, it's 3 buckets and it's a chance of germanium. Oh, goody. I love that. That's like my favorite. Nice. Well, it's time for my favorite part of Gregtech, sitting on my hands and doing nothing. Oh, look, we won! We got goethite. That's what I wanted, right? 2 pieces of iron? Well, those are those processes set up. I should probably clean up the place a little bit with some facades, so give me a moment to fix all of that. I can't help but feel I'm being very hostile despite this being a peaceful pack. Hey, we finally actually won our germanium. Cool. Give me my quest. Thank you. Oh, and also, I don't get the indium quest because indium is, for some reason, gated by the microminer, and the tier 2 microminer is gated by the basic microminer. So, I guess. I mean, you know me, I've done so much micromining so far. That's how I had this indium. I'm also going to chuck a quick level emitter on this, just because I value the amount of coal that I have. This needs to be 1 higher. There we go. Each germanium appears to be worth 52 circuit crafts, which is not terrible, I suppose. I guess I just need to get, like, more coal. And I think there's, like, that's what H and N is for. Yeah, we can just use, like, creeper predictions. That's fine once we run into that problem. Alright, let's make some advanced soldering alloy dust. Huzzah! Alright, fiber reinforced printed circuit boards. I believe I can really just get away with, like, crafting these. We need a chemical bath, so I'll just go make one of those over in the auto-crafting wing. Everything else here seems pretty reasonable, though. Annealed copper foil we'll need a recipe for. I'm out of patterns. Alright, can I just make the one to start? Seems like it. I should probably make some more annealed copper. And by that, I mean I should probably go passive annealed copper, but I can worry about that later. I just want to see if this works first. Nope, forgot to allow the output. My mistake, output. And I/O from the same side. Oh, did it go through? Oh, it did, I just didn't even realize. Wild. Oh, but it didn't. Oh, brother. Alright, let's get one of the other steps of the way too. There we are. Okay, so we're just missing the qubit CPUs, which I think is pretty easy now that we have indium. Oh no, we need to make indium gallium phosphide, which we can do in our mixer, I believe is on circuit 1. Set a recipe for this one. Do I actually use an EV chem reactor down here? I forget. I do. Okay, good. Let's make some qubit CPU chips. And I suppose I should probably start making the IV circuit assembler. What? Or the energy hatch? Oh, I guess because... Yes, of course. Because you can make the big factory at this point. Well, I'm not doing that yet. So, IV circuit assembler. How much is this going to hurt? Not as much as I thought it would. Just got to fix pattern there. There we are. Should be all requesting now. It'll take a while, but it'll arrive eventually. And we have this. I should probably also get my first bit of IV power going. Oh, there's the qubit CPUs. Cool. And we just have to, you know, put it all together and we can make our first quantum processor. Fancy. 10 seconds for 2 with some simple SMD transistors and the like, some platinum wires, the nano chips, qubit chips. Okay, that didn't seem too bad, I think. I do need a transformer for IV power in here though. So that's right, it's time for another rewire. This one I don't mind too much though, I'll be honest. Alright, and let's see if anything holds us back from making a quantum processor. Doesn't seem like anything. Albeit we have most of the parts already crafted. Does power hold up? It should, but I could be wrong. Seems all good. Cool. Oh, it actually doesn't use that much amperage. 1/3 of an amp? That's pretty good. Nice. Yeah, let's try some IVs. Oh, this one's going to take a bit longer because you can tell because the chemical reactor's running. Oh, it's actually already... Oh, wow. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I'll eat my shoe. I think eat my words is the right turn of phrase there. Nice. And I suppose we may as well do LEV. Yeah, getting 2 LEV circuits per 2 is pretty good. Or rather, 1 for 1. Well, it's kind of 1 for... Oh, no, it's actually not. It's still 2 for 1. Well, that's a scam, and I feel upset. Albeit, I guess we're not really at LEV circuit making territory. We're not really in LEV or anything like that. And let's go for tier 7. ZPM, I'm missing some RAM chips and HSSG frames. Okay, that's a full-on no-go then. I thought that was tungsten steel. I didn't read that part. I should also probably just make some more RAM chips. Okay, well, we don't, you know, have all the way to ZPM circuits, but I don't have any need for ZPM circuits right now. I will be claiming all these rewards, though. Hey, like $2, that's not bad. What are our Moni coins at? We have about $30. I mean, that's not terrible. I don't really know what's, you know, worth getting with all of that, but we have it. We can get, you know, some spawn eggs, diamonds. I mean, like, palladium might be good. We can get some bees. Oh, I didn't know I could get tantalite. Oh, that's quite good. Yeah, I think, honestly, tantalite might be, like, the one thing I care about. Maybe, like, electrotine. Oh, Certus quartz wouldn't be bad either. Yeah, nothing too exciting. Not an outer stage game, at least. Well, that's neat. We have quantum circuits. They're cool and green. I mean, look at that. Look at how green it is. It's green because it can be placed here. Isn't that right, puppy? Did you know you could do that? I didn't know you could do that in this pack. Have some beef. Yummy. Alright, well that was a 3-hour project, and something tells me it's only going to be like 10 minutes of video. So I'm taking a break already. And when we come back, I will be taking a little look at the microminer. And I guess signalum in general, because we haven't really made any signalum. This one actually interests me. I feel like it's an interesting automation challenge for the first time in... I don't know, man, all pack. I've been trying to hold my gripes. I've been trying to hold my opinions to myself thus far. But to give up the ghost a little bit, I think I hate Gregtech so far. I want to finish the pack. I'm going to try to finish the pack because, you know, I want to be able to form a full opinion on it. I don't want to be like that iconic Family Guy clip of Peter saying it insists upon itself. but like 90% of these processes, like I was ranting to this to one of my friends the other day. Like, look at this room. This is like 80% chemical reactors. And none of these chemical reactors are like interesting to automate. It's like, yeah, you put the items in and then you take the fluids out, and then you put the fluids in, and then you take the fluids out, and then you put the fluids and the items in and you take the fluids out. And it's like, cool. That's really something. I don't know, something about it's just not really doing it for me. I need to, you know, get my hands a bit dirtier than this. Like, look at this. It's like this entire processing line. What does this do, right? Like, there's nothing really being done here. Comparing it to like DJ2, in DJ2 a lot of these things were like, oh yeah, I need to make a lot of these things so that I can better automate like something more interesting, right? Like, you would have a bunch of crafters for windmills so that you could have an alchemy table automation or a hellfire forge automation, which is interesting and cool that you have to, you know, have some, you know, unique gameplay when you automate it. Whereas this is like, yeah, I just hook up IO again. It's, you know, the same as all the other machines. Something like this is a bit more interesting because you have to, you know, put things from other things and, you know, do that. Many kind of, you know, forthcoming, I guess. I am interested, you know, I'm interested in seeing things like the assembly line. The assembly line seems like an interesting automation challenge. The fusion reactor certainly does. I love fusion. The microminers do. This is the part of the game I'm a bit more excited to get into. Because it's like, this seems interesting. This seems interesting. This seems interesting. But like, the 19th chemical chain is not. And it's like, really not. Or like down here, the skulk vat seems super interesting. Stem cell seems a bit more interesting. But if I have to do like, if my Ivy room looks like this, or it's just another like 15 LCRs, I'm not going to be happy. And I'm going to be really vocal about how I'm not happy I am. I can't lie to you. Anyway, I feel my stomach growling, so let me go alleviate my hangriness. I'm making breakfast burritos. Yummers. Get it? It's like a big wetware. Because it's, you know, this is where we're doing like the mob stuff. I wasn't very clear about this. Let me explain myself. Between cuts there, I realized our germanium is not good enough. And the reason it's not good enough is because we have no coal. Well, I mean, we have coal, but it's not enough coal. And so I figured, well, rather than making one thing, I may as well make all of them. At least almost all of them. I did not make the Blaze, Wither, Ender Dragon, nor Warden data models. I probably should have made the Blaze one though. The 3 boss models here all require an EV supercomputer though, so they're not exactly doable for us. I mean, they are, but they're not, ideal. We have no need to do these as well. Like, we don't need Dragon's Breath or Scales or the Den data, or the Wither Realm data or Bones, or Deep Dark data, Skull Catalyst, or Warden Tendrils. Not yet, at least. I think soon, but not yet. And so these have been kind of cranking away for a little while now. A lot of these drawers are entirely full. Yeah, all the ones down here are full on predictions. Looks like some of the other overworld ones are getting there. And our Shulker data model is actually doing very well, a lot better than I would have thought. Although I guess that makes sense, given that they, want you to do Shulkers for, like, the newbies and stuff like that. Anyway, we have all these predictions, but we don't actually have anything to do with them yet. In total, I would like 6 super fabricators, but I am just planning on making the 3 for right now. Super fabricators come in up to 6 circuits, but basically every instance of 4, 5, and 6 are just used for the thermal predictions, so we could probably just get away with like a loop fabricator for that, or like 3. We can on-demand that if we really need to. For the most part, these are the things that I would like passive, or at least passively being made by all these things. And these are just, materials that are nice to have. Like, if I never have to go mining for tin, lead, copper, gold, emerald, silver, gold, glowstone, redstone, platinum, apparently, nickel, diamonds, and coal, that would be great. And so because of that, I believe, yes we do, right here, super fabricators. So originally I had all these spaces like planned out already, but I think I'm actually going to put these 3 per floor for the super fabricators. The main reason for this is really just symmetry, but also I do want a little bit of space for once we get to the quantum tier of these. For example, you can upgrade these to, where is it? Yes, the Loot Quantum Fabricator, and the same thing is true of the simulation chambers. This is a 5x5 multi-block that can parallel, and so we'll want the space for that, and we'll have the space for that. I do kind of wish I brought these down a block, though. I think they look better on the floor, like these ones do, but we'll fix that when we get to the quantum ones, and I don't know, whenever that happens. It's not like we're going to be staring at this super much anyways, so who cares? So my main concern with this is, well, typically you would probably have like a loop fabricator per one or a handful of simulation chambers. But we only really want to get away with 3 of these because I don't really feel like making like a dozen. That seems like a big waste of time. Which is why I had this sign here. You probably recognized it when I ran past. I want to only input the predictions when we need them. Like, I would only like to put in creeper predictions into the Circuit 3 fabricator when we need more coal. So I'm not sure how to do that. So let's find out. Let's do some theorizing. Finally, I get to think. Yes! So we have all of our predictions on this drawer controller right here. The only exception to this is the fish oil one down in the EV basement, which we don't really care about right now. And the original pulsating prediction setup, which we kind of use, but like this is far better. The old one basically only works because it gives us ender pearls, and this one just consumes the ender pearls. Like, it just takes it from this interface that's over here. And it just like puts stuff where it needs to go, you know how it is. So I'm trying to think of if it would be possible to have enough things per like input that wouldn't cause an issue. That makes no sense. I just used the word things. That's very unhelpful. Let's say we're using the Circuit 3 one of these, for example, right? We would theoretically need to be making sugar, platinum, snowballs, enderman heads, carrots, cod, skeleton skulls, magma blocks, copper ingots, warden tendrils, ender dragon scales, and coal. Albeit we can probably cut things like sugar, and snowballs, and carrots, and fish, and maybe even skeleton skulls. We probably don't need this on like passive, right? But yeah, my main concern would be things probably like Circuit 1, I imagine, is going to be a very bad example of this. Like, we would definitely want gas tiers on passive, maybe prismarine shards, maybe shulker shells, maybe slime. Actually, maybe we don't. Maybe I'm making this into a bit more mountain of a molehill than it really needs to be. Like, we probably don't need things like arrows or rotten flesh. Yeah, so maybe my main concern was if we needed more than 9 items per circuit, which I don't think we will, or if we do, that will be a problem for later. So what I'm thinking we can do, oh, hold on. You probably saw it in the compilation, but you can right-click these with a soft mallet and it won't input anymore. Aha! So my thought is we could probably have an item card inserting only on a specific redstone channel, and we can use these redstone cards to read, I don't know, something or other. We can use drawers with the, there's like a upgrade for it or something like that. Yes, the redstone upgrade. We can read a redstone signal from drawers with this. Albeit we would have to probably have 1 per like drawer, which feels kind of crummy, but I mean, we'll live, like it'll be fine. So I'm thinking if we have basically each drawer being read by a laser node to read what the value of it is. Basically like a level emitter, it'll be acting like a level emitter, but without like the AE funkiness or channel or power drain or anything like that. I mean, channels don't really matter in this pack, but you get what I mean. I'm also realizing I don't actually have a space for all of these drawers. Over here is probably fine. So I'm probably going to need a lot more laser nodes, but if we chuck a redstone upgrade in each of these, I almost said a grade redstone because that's how I find all of these, because it's like, you know, I just type in grade because this is such a side tangent. I really appreciate how many things in like the drawer related things can be typed with one hand on my keyboard. Like I could type in grade just with my left hand, I can type in drawer with just my left hand, and I can still get to keep moving my mouse. It's one of the nice little things that I very much appreciate. Unlike laser, which needs an L. I guess I could go like Azer. Oh, technology. I should keep that in mind. Okay, so I can probably hook up a bunch of laser nodes to the back here. And I think this will work? Maybe? So we can have a bunch of redstone cards. It will be a little inefficient probably, but that's okay. And then... oh gosh. I'm not actually sure if these can be affected individually. So if I have this, no, actually no, this will be totally fine. We can, because the redstone card only needs to affect this. Well, I guess it only maximizes us to 8 inputs then, presumably. Would it? Oh gosh. I'm allowed to have multiple input buses on these things, right? No. I could put it on an edge face, maybe? That might work. So like if I have the input bus here, we could technically have 2 inputs of like from the top and from the side. So that will still give us the, what would that be, like 16 total possible things? Because I think we need a redstone and an item. I think we need a redstone card per drawer. Let me make some more cards because I know I'm going to need a lot more. I should probably have like auto crafting for these. Let me go do that. Okay, so we're just going to start this simple. Let's say this one is circuit 1. And we'll just like use this as an example. I should probably consider changing this out for a different input bus, but I'll worry about that later. I can fix that whenever I need to. We'll use redstone as our test dummy because we kind of do need more redstone, honestly. Like we're getting a little low. For something that's as frequent as redstone is, we're getting a little low. Ignore the swaths that I have in ore processing. Don't worry about that. That's not gonna happen anytime soon, frankly. And just for testing purposes, we're also gonna use a downgrade just so it can read this a lot better. So we want a redstone card that can insert. Yep, that seems pretty easy. And we'll just hook these up directly for right now. Well, as directly as we can, at least. There to there. I guess we can color coordinate these. So we'll have this on redstone channel red, I guess. I mean, how many colors are we going to be running through, right? I guess like nickel and silver would probably be some of the ones. I don't know. I'll worry about it later. It's logistics crap. Nobody cares about that. So then we'll have this one output on red, and this one will also be redstone channel red. So when the redstone is low, we want to insert, no, not redstone, which predictions? Then I have to, oh, okay, this is going to be a little tricky, because I'm going to have to, actually no, I think it'll be fine, because I can just hook up a node down here, right? This is very, like, not good looking, but that's because we're in testing phase. Don't worry about that. We want an extract card here. It is taking spider predictions. Despite the fact that this is only inserts for which predictions? I'm very curious as to why it took all the spider predictions there. I don't know what I'm going to do with all of these because the drawer's full now too. Uh-oh. Maybe I should just like read the book a little bit. Give me a moment here. Maybe I don't need a redstone card in here. Why does it keep putting in spider predictions? This is like the one, it shouldn't, like if it was putting in witch predictions, that would be normal, but like it's not putting in witch predictions, it's just putting in spider predictions. Why is it putting in spider predictions? It's a whitelist. Am I crazy? Okay, no, hold on. Something's wrong here, and I can tell. Because I set this to only extract witch predictions, and it's putting in spider predictions. Because, what? Something's very wrong here. It should just straight up not be allowed to do that, right? What if I disconnect these? Does it still put in spider predictions? Okay, please, I would love to know why the extract only witch predictions thing says I'm putting you spider predictions. Oh, I bet it's NBT. Is it? Oh, hold on. F3H. Aha! I see. Match NBT. Now it puts in witch predictions. Gotcha. Okay, so NBT is important. I will have to keep that in mind. To be a bit more forthcoming, do you see how it says hostile networks prediction there? Everything, I guess, is classified as a prediction, and it's just a different type of prediction based on NBT data more than anything, which is an interesting way to do it, but I suppose that's fair. I mean, I'm not a mod developer. What am I going to get mad at someone else for doing that? Okay, now what if I were to swap this to high priority, or redstone high? Does it just turn off? It does! Interesting. So when this redstone is low, because this is a low redstone signal, I actually don't even need the redstone card, which is super nice. Then, yeah, okay, that's fine. So I think what we'll do is we'll have different node, like, what do you call them? The networks. We'll have different networks for each of these. We'll have, like, number 1 be, like, I don't know, like, the, like, blue nodes, red nodes, green nodes, I don't know, it doesn't matter. Yeah, we'll do, like, RGB, MCY. Seems like a good thing, because we're going to need 6 of these things in total. That seems, you know, fine. My one concern is that the energy node's over there, but that's... we'll have it be a different shade of yellow. So this would be working now. I would just need to take it somewhere, which is fine. That's just like putting stuff in. We can basically hook these drawers up to a different controller down there and have some output nodes basically extracting into a drawer controller that lead all into these. These nodes are only going to be for redstone signals. And I should probably also finish out this little thing right here. Okay, so I'm going to give this a little test run, and we'll see if it works. I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so let's find out if this works. Let me grab that that iron downgrade again. And when it gets close to full, it should... Oh, is it too... Oh, it's already too full. Wait, what? Why is this such a huge backlog? Yeah... Okay, fine. Okay, that feels reasonable. Oh my gosh, these compacting drawers are huge by default. What? Okay. Interesting. Okay, so when this hits like 5K, does it stop inserting the witch predictions? That's my question. Because if that works, then I'm just gonna spend the next like 20 minutes wiring stuff. Which is fine. I just need to make sure this works. So while this is, you know, testing, what we have going on here is we're going to have several laser nodes on either this controller or maybe on some like proxies. What are they called? Access points? Yeah, access points. I'm just going to call them proxies. We're going to have a number of these laser nodes on proxies or on the controller itself. It depends on how many faces we need. Hooking up to each of our various colors here. Circuit 1 will be red, Circuit 2 will be green, Circuit 3 will be blue, etc., etc. And so on each network, we have a number of redstone colors, as you can see via this here. Yes, on this is the red laser network. We have the red redstone channel because this is red, you know, or this is a red product on Circuit 1. That's what I mean. So it will see that this drawer is not full enough that it can take more, so that it will export things from this one down here. Because this will always export. However, it will only import things if the redstone is low, and it will only import for witch predictions. If we look at this one, for example, we have a lot more on Circuit 2, just because we have a lot more things. Such as if we need diamonds, this should be on low. Whoops. If we need, I believe this is nickel, this will be glowstone. This will be silver. Yes. This will be lead, and this will be emeralds. Again, they're color coordinated inside the node. So it's getting to about filled up, so it should stop inputting. If I take things out, it still goes in. That's upsetting. Why? This is like this is like totally full, just about. Slot. What's slot 0? Hold on. Maybe I need to do a bit more testing with this. What is slot 0 on a compacting drawer? Okay, so slot 0 appears to be nothing. I need to swap all of these to slot 1. So if I swap this to slot 1, now does it stop exporting? It does, but this is still full. But if I take these out, it no longer inserts. Noted. Okay, so we're going to swap this to 1. And I probably need to make this export bus bigger, but that's fine. By bigger, I mean like an MB1. I guess if it gets like really bad, we could use like an HV or an EV1. I think HV uses 16 slots, right? Yeah. Oh my, that feels unnecessary. Okay, I think the plan is starting to come together. I do have a bit too much redstone though now, which is a good problem to have. All right, let's start swapping some of these things over, which is going to be a lot of awkward clicking, but that's okay. You know, we test things first to make sure that they work, and then once they work, then they work. That's how things work. And I'm working. Alright, so if we set this to extract, do good things happen? It should only be putting in one at a time, and of certain types. It's on circuit 2. It's full on glowstone, that's fair. Did I set the redstone control for these before I start taking that out? No! Well, not for most of them at least. Okay, well, I'm glad I decided to do that. Or check that, rather. Fortunately, it did only put in one of everything. That's good. Yeah, I think I definitely do need to swap this out with an MB or an HV output bus, though, because otherwise it's just going to get clogged on one thing. But that's okay. That's an easy fix. Let me make sure that all this works still. My head's spinning a little bit, but I'll be really happy when it's done. Okay, so it does auto-limit, but how high does it go? 42? 42 out of 576, what is that? 7% capacity. So it will take it to 7% capacity. That's not, like, great. Because if it starts bottlenecking diamonds at, like, 400... I mean, 400 is not, like, a bad number. How many diamonds do I really need? But also, like, with something like this... Maybe I should chuck a storage upgrade in all these, just because... Yeah... I don't hate that idea, because if we have a higher storage, then it will have the buffer be higher, right? So it's like if we're holding, or if the max is like 7,000 or something like that, 7% of 7,000 is, this is not a good example, of 1,000, excuse me, it would be like 70 blocks, or if we took it to like 10,000, it would be like 700 blocks, which is better. It also lets us limit based off of how the size of the drawer is, and it lets us have like a lot of overflow if we need it. This is me coping. This is me like coping hard about why these things are, you know, this weird interaction is good actually. So the actual thing is I would really like this to be like, where is it? On this end, for example. I would really like it so if I could set this to a specific redstone signal. Like if I could set this to like 7, that would be ideal. Or like even like 10 would be great. Let me see if there is a thing for that in the book. So I can set a bound. So if it's within this range. Okay, so let's set this to like, yeah, let's set this to like 8, and then I should probably try and fit the downgrades back on these. So I think this will be good. If I set these to 8, 15, 15, I think it will only start doing that if it's at 8. Let's try that, and then we'll see how the things work. So for each of these, it should try to fill it up to ideally about half capacity. So like this should no longer be making glowstone. We shouldn't be making any silver or nickel or lead. We should be making emeralds though. So it's making emeralds. I don't think it's making glowstone right now, but it shouldn't be because glowstone's at about half. Diamonds should be being made as well. Maybe we just need like a node overclocker here. Whoops. Glad that didn't do that. That would have been bad. Yeah, let's put a couple overclockers here. Let's throw... I mean, actually, round robin doesn't matter. So I think these are all fine. If I take out some emerald blocks, does it try and make more emeralds? Let's see. So right now it's trying to make diamonds and emeralds because only diamonds and emeralds are below half. And half emeralds is somewhere in the, like, 280-ish range, 280, 290. So when we get to 280 or 290 emeralds, it should stop making emeralds. Similarly for diamonds. I suppose we'll watch and find out. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. 289, we've stopped making emeralds. We're on to diamonds, and we shouldn't be putting in any more... Yes! Okay, excellent, excellent. Wonderful. Okay, so this totally works. I just need to expand it to the third circuit. Let me go and clear some pins. All right, time for infinite coal. Yeah, I think things are going pretty well. We have 3,000 coal. I checked our germanium, and we haven't gotten any, so I'm curious as to why that might be. We just don't have any in here, but why? I've been sitting here for like 5 minutes trying to figure out why this isn't importing. This is like it inserts coal, it extracts coal from this side. What's going on here? What? Why does this not work? I'm so confused. What's different now? This hasn't changed. What's the problem? Like, it's not that it's not running, it's just that it won't accept coal. Like, if I put coal in manually, it works. Everything else is exporting. All the distilled water and the oxygen still here. Give me my coal! What the heck? Like, am I missing something? Allow, insert, coal, ignore redstone, default, higher priority. Give me my coal! What the heck? Put it in! What's the problem here? We have coal. This extracts coal. Put in my coal! What are we talking about? Why is it always something, man? Come on. Okay, I broke and replaced the node and that fixed it. Why was it not? So strange. So very strange. Whatever. Break it, replace it, that'll fix it. Turn it off and on again, that always does it. So now we should be getting germanium again at a much better pace. We have a lot of coal with which to do that now. I'm making circuits. You know, it's always good to just throw in a stack of circuits. These are our quantum IVs. Those should hopefully be pretty good. I believe all of these have finished their backlogs. Yeah, so we have a very healthy supply of tin, gold, emeralds, lead, coal, platinum, copper, silver, what was this, nickel, glowstone, diamonds, and redstone. We also have all these things out of our barrel storage, so that's better. I need to put in iron still. That's not great. These two are Circuit 4 recipes, which is why they're up in the magenta line here. I haven't done the magenta line, though, so don't worry. Don't look at that. I'll probably fill that out later, but just like between cuts, you don't need to worry about that right now. Anyway, I'm going to go knock this off the docket because that was totally there initially. I promise, it was. I'm going to take a break and edit some footage. This was like 4 hours. You would not believe how much time I spent wiring stuff up. I'm like really hungry. Unfortunately, this time I do not have the breakfast burritos that I so dearly desire. Oh, what are we making today? More copper maybe? I wasn't fast enough to see. I'm pretty happy with how this has turned out actually. It's a very weird system, but it works decently well. Now that I understand like how to make it work in the way that I want it to, I think it's gonna be pretty good. It's, you know, reasonably expandable. The only thing is that it can't exceed 9 recipes per thing, and I don't think we need that, so that's okay. And this should all be basically at the whim of how fast the laser nodes are, which is pretty easy to fix. I can just add overclockers, and respectively how fast these are, which is also pretty easy. I can just, you know, upscale the hatches and stuff like that. Shouldn't be too bad. I would mute those, but then how would I know if they're working? Not what we planned on doing today, but that's okay. I will be requesting another stack and a half of tungsten steel. I've been trying to request a bunch of tungsten steel kind of whenever, because I just feel like we're going to need it all the time. As I've been processing all the scheelite too. We've got a lot to go through though. I mean, look at this, right? Our chlorine is struggling a little bit. That's not great. Maybe I should, you know, take this to like an HV electrolyzer or something, but you know. A lot of backlogs have started to stop backlogging because one or more things broke in them. The hydrochloric one was pretty embarrassing. I forgot to lock this drawer, so it was full of like a bucket of lubricant, and I was like, why is it not doing anything? And I looked down and I saw my stupid hubris of bucket of lubricant, and that was pretty awkward. Yeah, it looks like our coal is going down, but it should stop once it hits about the 2,000 mark, and then it'll only start going back up again once it's, ready to. So actually, that's probably what was running earlier was coal. Platinum. That's not coal. Why is it not doing coal? It should, like, really want to be doing coal, right? Or is this, like, not full enough? No, I just changed the threshold on it, so it should be really wanting to crank out. The other thing that's also nice about this is that it's pretty modular. Because I can kind of go in the back and start messing with this, I can basically say it's like, okay, I want like 60% of this to be full of coal before it stops making coal. Oh, wow, we immediately back up. Okay, great. Good to know that. Okay, that's cool. I think I should put a downgrade on this germanium drawer. I think that should be I think that'll be our, what's the word? Filter? Not filter, but like, limiter. That's the word I'm looking for, limiter. Oh yeah, we've got like a ton of indium now, by the way, and we would have more if I didn't, not add more. I ran out of sulfuric acid, so I should probably also overclock that LCR too. But I'll do that once I have like IV hatches and stuff. I think a lot of our setups are going to be overhauled once we have a building for IV, because a lot of these things are starting to get a little bit slow. Would you believe it? Was it like I think it was an HV LCR is not the greatest. It could go 16 times faster, and it's not. That's we need more than that. Anyway, I'm going to leave this running for like 2 hours because that's how you get everything to progress in this game. And I'll be back. Okay, well, I just finished editing, and it looks like the video is already like 40 minutes long, so we will be coming back to the rest of these docket things another time. I can't help but feel like I'm going to have to make 2 to 3 more large buildings in my near future. I know I'm going to need one for IV, and I know I'm going to need one for the microminers, so, that's not good. I mean, it's fine. I just need to, build stuff, and that just takes time. You know what I mean? Who among you have not been shy of ideas for a big new building in your Minecraft world? If you lawn base, you don't get to have a say in this conversation, because you do not know the wonders that comes with liking where you are. Anyway, thank you for watching. We did pretty good today, even if we didn't do what we had thought we were going to. Having HNN set up is going to be very, very helpful for the forever, I imagine. I'll get the rest of these loot fabricators set up between episodes here, and hopefully that should solve a lot of our various problems around the place. Don't ask about my oxygen. I'm also going to have to fix that, but I know how to fix that. I just need to upgrade the calcite stuff over an MV to probably like HV or EV. It's probably worth going to EV at this point, but I'll worry about that later. You don't need to worry about that right now either. It's the end of the episode. I already said thank you for watching, but I'm going to thank you again for watching, and I hope to see you next time when we do whatever we end up doing. There's a lot of stuff to do. Anyway, bye-bye.